keep your energies focused upon some of the things that you may not be doing correctly. So what we'll do is to try and take you through, SIDDHI as an app and the Triumph operating rhythm as well. How to start understanding the components of the operating rhythm, kya ho raha hai, what are you expected to do, how is your performance being monitored, all of that part of it as well, right? So primarily you need to understand is that how SIDDHI as an application, first of all, is helping you. So before I go into the conversation, one is that I want everybody to give me a raise of hands and tell me how many of you have SIDDHI active on your mobile app? One. Number two, have been using SIDDHI actively to engage with customers. Okay, so I have like 15 hands up, 17, 18. Come on, quickly. We don't have I don't want to spend 10 minutes to try and get people to raise hands only. Okay, so everybody has been engaging. Yeah, so some with good, some success, some not so successful, some maybe facing some issues, not able to understand what you're doing wrong. So what we're going to focus today on is largely to start undoing the mistakes that you possibly may be doing in SIDDHI, right? So without wasting any time, one is that I think you all appreciate and understand the intention behind the entire framework. One is that it gets a far more puts a far more better system in place for you to be able to connect with your customers. One. Number two is makes you very, very agile and mobile, right? So you're able to move in the market. Earlier an RM had to come actually back to the branch to start updating his interactions basically with the customer. Today he needn't do that. He can sit directly from the customer's residence, do the entire interaction, update it, and then come back to the branch and sit for a review with the branch head. Yeah, so it's that easy. The entire application has. But for you to be able to succeed as a relationship manager, right? So there are what we've done is that we've built a framework of what we call as pre-call homework or planning your day, basically, right? So one is that a lot of time you'll have to invest on preparation. Today, I don't know how much of that time you're spending, but once you sit with me for a session, you'll understand and appreciate the value of investing time and preparing yourself for that meeting with a customer, right? Because that is the only thing that will eventually give success to a relationship, interaction. Also, you must understand that some of you may have moved from managing open market business to now managing a map book, right? Or probably have no prior experience in managing a map book. You're probably earlier, only servicing walk-in customers for that matter of fact, or probably doing in field sales. So you're only just interacting with this thing. So pre-call homework is the most critical element of the entire game plan around SIDDHI, right? So one is that the application helps you to plan, understand who, with what customer, what conversations to have, right? It will help you prepare properly. It gives you all the kind of guides that are there. And then finally, what interaction you have had with the customer, right? You have the ability to update that interaction. So whether today you are there in system or not, at any point of time, the interaction that we have had with a particular customer will get recorded in the system. And this information is there for forever in the records. Otherwise, what happens is that what did I speak to the customer? What was my intention? What did the customer want? This is probably lying in somebody's diary, right? So the entire framework of SIDDHI is to help you, first get all the information, help you plan better. And the entire focus eventually is to accelerate your sales, right? So whole framework is built around sales acceleration, right? So what is required from a rhythm standpoint? One is that you need to have 12 customer interactions per day, number one. All right. 3 of which have to be face-to-face meetings. 9 of them can be telephonic conversations. All right. So this is the basic framework. So every day you need to plan for 12 meetings basically. All right. These 12 can be connections that you have, will be obviously a combination of several things. Maybe there's a customer who's walking into the branch. There are customers who I have to telephonically speak to. There are customers who I want to go and meet face to face, right? So uh, uh, for you to be able to achieve your numbers, right? So when we do the back calculation at planning level, right? We this is the framework that we use basically. So say for example, if you have to achieve your targets, then how will you do it? What's the number of customers that you need to meet? How many of those customers should have a connect with? How many of those customers will show interest? Then finally, some X product will be sold, right? Now, what you also need to understand is at Siddhi, what it will do to you is that it will push you customers basis an interact framework. All right. So what is interact? Interact is nothing but a framework which we have designed basis which, depending on the balances the customer maintains, a category, gold, bronze, silver, the different categories of customers. Depending on the category of customer and the periodicity of your earlier interaction, right? We built a framework around that, and we will push those customers so that no customer is left out primarily, right? So every customer in your map book is connected with, you are able to reach out to them, you're able to set up meetings with those customers, and you're able to get positive outcomes in your relationship. Otherwise, what will happen is like you have a map book of 300 odd customers. Some, RM will say, नहीं मैं तो अपने 20-25 कस्टमर से पूरे साल का टारगेट खत्म कर लूंगा, right? But you will do it like only 1 month it will last. That story will be 1 or 2 months success story. That is not a sustainable success story for growth, for neither for you, neither for the customer, neither for the bank, right? So what we've done is that for your ability to have granular interaction, we've designed this entire framework, right? Now, I won't spend too much of time in the English. Let me get straight into the application per se. So one is that, so how many of you are aware what is the current version of the app that Siddhi has, the current version of the app? Anyone can unmute your and call out.
It's 1.1.73.
Correct, that's right. So 1.1.73 is the latest version of the app. Now, one is that for each one of you, you should know that you should be only using the current version of the app. Sorry, my apologies. Any other version of app uh, 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 would not work properly, basically, right? So one is that please make sure that you update it. It's pretty easy to sync up. All you need to do is just go to your company portal. All right, there is on the top left-hand side, you'll find 3 bars. Click on that. In the menu, you'll find a column which is a drop-down which is called as settings. Click on settings. You'll come to this page. Synchronize the management policy. What will happen is that all the apps that are there on your through Intunes on your company portal, all of them will get refreshed to the current version of the app, right? So this is crucial. Now, for some of you who are facing some issues, right? You can maybe it's a tech related issue. So I would suggest you take a screenshot of what is there. Or take a picture of it. Somebody like somebody had said previously. So who should I reach out to in Siddhi? How do I reach out to somebody in Siddhi? So Siddhi has a support desk. You can raise a Unidesk under the following call types: application management under Siddhi category. Put your employee ID, and then in case you have still no resolution, send an email to siddhi.feedback@axisbank.com. Right. You can push your inquiries or queries onto this particular platform. They will resolve this and get you started wherever you're facing any issue. Okay, just give me one quick second now. Sorry, just a two. Just give me one quick second, please. I'll just, I need something urgent. One quick minute.
Can everyone lower their hands, please? Request you to lower your hands. Mitesh, Archit, Shekhar, Altaf, Shivam, Amit. Yeah, please lower your hands. Arindam, Abhishek Sharma, Jayesh. Friends, requested to lower your hands. I think Abhishek had asked for a confirmation about the SIDDHI app. Now that you'll have answered, please lower your hands. Soumya Sinha, Arindam Roy, Abhishek Sharma, Girish Sharma, Mitesh Parekh. Requested to please lower your hands.
Hey, sorry guys, had to take an urgent call and avoid it. Okay, so for you to be able to troubleshoot, please don't try calling people and finding out ये काम नहीं कर रहा तो मैं क्या करूँ, वो काम नहीं कर रहा तो क्या करूँ. Raise a Unidesk. It will also, why Unidesk is important, it is actually tells us at the back end that, what are the big problems that are happening. So 80% of the problems, if the same users are facing, right, we'll try and resolve those issues faster, basically, right? So we'll help prioritize the overall this thing. It also helps us track, what typically is the resolution time. So say, for example, if there are RMs who are raising a request, how much time is it taking for it to be resolved through, right? So that piece also is tracked. Yeah. So one is that we've built in some very, very comprehensive journeys in Siddhi. You would have seen from as basic as marking your attendance in Siddhi to planning your day. Now, not only can you plan your day, but which particular customer to speak to, what is the profile of that customer, his entire Janam Kundali is available here for you to be able to access on the phone, right? And then not only that, you have, ability to cross-sell products and then, accordingly, do a review along with your supervisor as well, which will give you the confidence over time whether the interactions that you are having along with the customer, are they going to eventually fructify or not? Are they going to give you results or not? Not only that, but sometimes, it out of lack of experience, you may be doing very trying to position a product to a profile of a customer that may be relevant for him, right? You may want to look at some other products to pitch. So that supervisory review is a very, very crucial aspect of the entire Siddhi play, basically. Yeah. So let's understand what are so when you log in, obviously you have some basic home screen that the moment you'll be able to see. It will give you some couple of options like plan your day, track your performance, analyze your customers. Now, this analyze your customers is a very crucial thing. What you technically do, in terms of analytics, taking a spreadsheet or Excel sheet and trying to figure out what should I cross-sell. This analysis here intelligently will tell you that which customer profile, what are the buckets of balance that they're maintaining, who are those customers, right? So you can intelligently plan your days, conversations, everything around that. It will also tell you, what is the kind of average PPC, which customers are keeping lower. So you might want to target those customers specifically, right, who are keeping lower PPC with you. So all those intelligent information will be available to you, right? Next is in terms of when you swipe again towards the left, you will see it will tell you what was the plan for the day. For example, how many leads were generated, how many leads were closed, how many customers were interacted with, all of that will be available, right? And if you press the hamburger menu, which is there, it will lead you to this page. So I'm sure each one of you have experienced already all of these options and more. But for those who have not probably accessed Siddhi as yet, this may have been a little more, it'll help you understand. So here you can track my leads, my customers, the entire list is available there. Service requests that you have to raise. Those service requests now, there are close to about 11 service requests which you can raise, which earlier an RM had to do by going to Siddhi, right? And sitting on Saksham, basically. Sorry, not on Siddhi. What I meant is going to Saksham on your workstation. Now today, sitting across the table with a customer, I can execute the service request and then OTP-based authentication will allow me to make changes as well, right? So that's how, your ability to service customers has improved, right? Then there are some news and updates that you can get in terms of market news. We're connected with Reuters news, so you will be able to check what's happening globally, markets, Indian markets, all of that information is also updated and available, right? Then some authentication, which is pending from a customer's end, right? There are several times you send out a product sale request for which the customer's authentication is still pending. You can track those authentications, right? And of course, then your daily interactions, saving account, opening, all of that, right? Now, this slide may come across a little crowded. So are we all engaged? Are you all able to understand? Right now, I'm maybe talking a little bit of theory, but I'll come to specific slides on screens, and that's when I will this thing. So quickly, thumbs up from everyone if you're able to, you're finding the content engaging, you're able to understand. Yeah. Okay, excellent. All right, so let's get back to it. So this slide, you might find it a little crowded, but what I want to emphasize, you focus only at the bottom piece, right? Or the little small boxes and those arrows, you focus there, right? Now here, what happens is that we push basically certain customers in your calendar. So if you look at any date, you will find a list of customers that are already sitting inside your calendar, basically today, tomorrow, any day you click, you will find a list of customers sitting there in that particular calendar, right? Now, these customers are the ones which we have identified under the Interact framework, which we want you to connect with, right? But what is important for you to understand is that for you to have, and we're not asking you to call 300 customers, we're not asking you to call 200 customers tomorrow, right? I'm saying you have 12 quality conversations, all right? I just don't want you to have more than that. You can have more than that if you prefer to, but I want you to have 12 meaningful quality conversations. For you to have 12 meaningful quality conversations, what's important is that you spend some time in preparing yourself. What is that you want to talk to this customer about? All right. Which means that now you are the first time for a lot of RM, since you are new to the business, you may be speaking to a lot of these customers for the very first time. So how should that interaction be, right? What should you focus on? Focus on introducing yourself. You should be able to give them a lot of understanding about what they are doing currently in terms of their banking. So what I mean by that is a small, quick, few minutes review over what they have done last year, what are benefits that they've utilized, benefits that they haven't used, those kind of things. A quick summary wrap up, for which you'll have to do a lot of homework. All right. So we want you to spend that time. So if you have to meet a customer tomorrow, we don't want you to do the pre-call homework tomorrow. We want you to do it today, one day before, right? Now, this is very, very important. So some of you may be making that mistake where you're doing the pre-call homework the same day itself, right? Like, I want to meet this customer, I will do my entire planning today itself. So I will demystify some of those process gaps. So the pre-meeting is done one day before, right? Then you connect with your customer, you engage with him, you understand his need, you position products which might match that particular need, understand what are the wants, or if there is not, you create that want in the mind of the customer. All right. And then you generate leads. If he's interested, then they will close, then you will have to otherwise follow up with the customer, and eventually post follow up, eventually that product will get sold. Right. So this is your sales cycle. This entire sales cycle is what is built in SIDDHI. Now, what we'll do is we'll take it through step by step, largely. Okay, so customer stage movements. Okay, now how do these stages currently move is how your score gets calculated. So if you have seen your Triumph score, there is a pre-meeting and there is a post-meeting, right? There is what we call as interactions, your calendar interactions. I'll come to that, the scorecard a little later, but first I want you to understand the stages within SIDDHI. By default, every stage will be showing as meeting fixed only. So and how you need to do this. Okay, so for example, I'm on today, what's the date? Today is 9th. All right, so if I'm on 9th and I am looking at meeting these customers tomorrow, so if I click, it may be a little small for you and I'm not sure if you can see my cursor. But let's understand tomorrow's date is 17th, for example, and we are on 16 today. Yeah, this is more easy for you to understand because that's the screen that is reflecting out here. So what I need to do is I need to click on 17th date, which is tomorrow's date. Let's assume it's tomorrow. Tomorrow's 10th, but just think that tomorrow's 17th. All right. So if tomorrow's 17th and I click on that, I will find a list of customers, about 8 or 9 of them. And by default, all of them will be showing as meeting fixed, right? Now, what I need to do is, these are only 8 or 9, which means your Triumph operating rhythm says, how many customers should you meet? 12, which means I have to add some customers to this list, first of all. So I have a task cut out. Number one is that I have to increase the number of customers into this list. From 8 is not enough, 9 is not enough, I will require 12. Number one task. The next task is to change every customer status from default, from meeting fixed, to pre-meeting. The moment I change the status as pre-meeting, it technically means pre-meeting done from your side. Okay, which means that you have completed your homework for the customer and you're ready to meet him tomorrow, right? So when I log out for today, right, at the end of today, when I log out from my branch, when I click tomorrow's calendar, I should find all these customers showing as pre-meeting. The status should not be meeting fixed. Today evening, for the tomorrow's list of customers, all of them should be showing as pre-meeting when I log out today, which means that I would have manually gone and changed the status of every customer from meeting fixed to pre-meeting, right? That status tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow, once you've contacted the customer, once you have interacted with him, once you have had a face-to-face meeting with the customer, that status will need to change to send for review. Send or sent for review, basically. All right. Now, once you send it for review, it goes to your supervisor, your branch head or your BRH, depending on who's your supervisor. His job is to review that interaction and check whether that interaction that happened, did it happen as per the, was it a right quality of interaction? Did you pitch the right products? Was the discussion shallow or did you cover all points? All of those things will be covered. And then he will change the status to reviewed. All right. So then the moment he finishes the review, this automatically will move away from your kitty. So that means one cycle of that customer interaction is closed end to end. Yeah. I'll pause here. This is very, very crucial. I'll pause here and I'll ask and open it up for question answers. Any questions here at this stage before I proceed further?
Suryakan.
So, I mean, just raise your hands and I'll call out the names.
Yeah.
So, Lakshmi, let me take your question first.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Lakshmi, what is your question?
Sir, I'm already using SIDDHI app, sir. So we have like you have said right now, we have to do pre-meeting 1 day before.
Absolutely.
So someday, sir, you said that 12 interacting and 12 meeting fixed, 8 telecalling and face-to-face meeting. But sometimes they are assigning, sir, pre-meeting. Some days was 8, some days 10, different.
Yeah, correct. At the end of today, I should do 12 meetings, basically. I should do pre-meeting and tomorrow I should meet these 12 customers. These 12 can happen at a combination of, 8 plus 3, 8 plus 4, whatever combination, but 3 face-to-face meetings should happen. Are you with me?
So, sir, how are assigning to us for pre-meeting? We have to do that one only, right, sir? Pre-meeting.
So you have to complete pre-meeting for all 12 customers, basically.
Okay.
See, the calendar will be pushed only for 8 or 9. So today, if I pushed 8, you have to complete 8 plus 4. So you'll have to add 4 more customers.
Okay,
Alright.
so sir, I have to do for pre-meeting for remaining 4. We have to add before only, right, sir? Pre-meeting.
Yes, you have to add before itself. You have to add today only for tomorrow.
Okay. I have joined, sir, 1 month back, but I didn't done that, sir. So after training, I will do that, sir.
Sure. Okay, so you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good question, Lakshmi. I appreciate your question. And possibly there may be several others also, because you might see only few customers in your calendar. So you may think, okay, it's good enough for me to only do these customers. No, it's not. You will necessarily have to pull customers out. I will show you from where. Where do you need to pull these customers out from? So that you're able to move 12 customers. The quorum that you should have. The quorum means minimum number of customers that you should have interacted with should be 12. All right. That quorum is required. Lesser than that, you cannot have on any given day. All right. Okay. Rajkumar, any questions regarding the same?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Rajkumar.
Sir, actually, when we call the
Fine.
customer, then if customer's number is switch off and unable to contact, then the status is, sir, pre-meeting or unable to contact.
How? No. So, I mean, you're asking me two different things. Number one is pre-meeting is done before, right? One day before you
Yes.
will do the pre-meeting part.
Yes. Then on that
So
time, sir, he
tomorrow when
didn't
I will
receive the
call,
call.
tomorrow
Okay.
when I call the customer and the customer's phone is switched off, what will you ideally
Okay.
do if the phone is switched off?
Then we do, sir, on pre-meeting status where unable to contact status is also there,
No.
sir.
So wrong logic. I mean, what I would do is that I would first try calling the customer at 10 o'clock in the morning, for example. All right.
Okay.
At 10 o'clock, the number is switched off. I will
Okay.
call again at maybe 12 o'clock. Maybe sometime
Okay.
during the day, the number will come on. I'll
Okay.
call again maybe at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm hoping that he might switch on his phone that time as well.
Okay.
So the interaction will somehow happen. I'm assuming that permanently that number is not going to be switched off. That is one. Okay.
Okay.
Now it can be that the number is permanently switched off also. Okay. So if I dial that number, the whole day I've tried 5-6 times and that number is constantly switched off. In that case, what I will do is I will go and change the status as non-contactable basically of that customer. Or I will
Okay.
change the appointment of the customer date and put it for some other date so that it moves away from tomorrow's calendar and goes into another day's calendar so that I can follow up with this customer on that day.
Sir, from where we change the status,
I
sir?
will take you through that part of it. So right now I want you to, if there are questions related to what I have spoken so far, I think let's focus on that. This is a deep dive, so I will take you through these process steps in much in detail. So be rest assured, you will, at the end of it, you will know SIDDHI in and out.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Mike.
Surya.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Surya. Tell me.
Actually, I have portfolio not assigned me yet, but SIDDHI also not downloaded it. SIDDHI app.
What? No, so you will have to speak to your branch head to get the portfolio assignment done, Surya.
If portfolio not assigned, then I'm unable to
No,
download the
then SIDDHI will not work for you. No, I mean, even if you download SIDDHI, it will not work for you unless the portfolio is already assigned.
Okay. So how will it download the SIDDHI app? Can you please suggest?
No, first, that's why I've said, first get your portfolio mapped. Tell your branch head to get the portfolio mapping done first. All right.
Abhishek, sir.
Yeah. So I'll move to Santosh.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Santosh.
Sir, suppose from today onwards, I'm started using SIDDHI. Okay. So what I will do is I will select Kalka date, 10th of May, and select all the customer as pre-meeting.
हाँ, correct. तो बेसिकली आपने करेक्ट बोला है मेरे को. आई मीन आई विल रीआइटरेट दिस इन हिंदी कि जो कल के जो कस्टमर की लिस्ट है ना, मेरे को आज 9 तारीख है आज.
हाँ.
मैं 9 तारीख को 10 के कैलेंडर के 10th की डेट पे सेलेक्ट करूंगा. ऑलराइट, मेरे को सारे कस्टमर दिखेंगे.
हाँ.
इनफैक्ट मेरा व्हाट आई विल अर्ज यू इज, आप सब लोग अपनी सिद्धि की ऐप खोल के बैठ जाओ. जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना वैसे वैसे फॉलो करो आप. और चिंता मत करो, अगर आप मीटिंग करते भी हो, डोंट वरी, इट विल नॉट गेट काउंटेड बिकॉज आपका योर ब्रांच वुड हैव मार्क्ड यू ऑन लीव in your this thing. So whatever entries you do right now, it will not get counted. So don't worry upon that also.
मतलब डंप पे नहीं आएगा.
कुछ नहीं आएगा. आप आराम से उसको ऐप को खोलो और मेरे साथ बैठ के let us take you through step by step. So when you click on 10th date, you will find by default every customer currently showing as meeting fixed. Yes.
हाँ.
अब आपका काम क्या है, आपको चेंज करना है स्टेटस को मीटिंग फिक्स से, you will have to change it to प्री मीटिंग. राइट, ठीक है. वो प्री मीटिंग के जो स्टेज है, वो स्टेज चेंज अकेले, उसमें कई सारे स्टेप्स होते हैं बेसिकली. उन स्टेप्स में आपको प्रोडक्ट सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. यू विल हैव टू डिसाइड कि आपको ये फेस टू फेस मीटिंग करनी है या फिर आपको टेलीफोनिक करनी है. You will decide all of those actionables as well. All right, we'll come to that. बट पहला ये बेसिक फंडामेंटल समझो कि आपको एक दिन
एडवांस
आज के दिन एक दिन हाँ करेक्ट एक दिन एडवांस में आपको प्लानिंग करनी पड़ती है. ये सबसे पहला और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है, बिकॉज अगर ये कॉन्सेप्ट आपने समझ लिया तो आपका स्कोर ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ेगा. People lose their score because they do the planning on the same day as the so I will, instead of putting 10th का calendar, I will start doing planning for 9th calendar on 9th. So जब मैं ये करता हूँ ना तो I lose marks basically. तो मेरा स्कोर डाउन हो जाता है, तो 0 दिखता है आपको प्री मीटिंग में, और आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि मैं तो प्री मीटिंग कर रहा हूँ तो ये 0 क्यों है मेरा स्कोर. ठीक है
ठीक है.
ठीक है ओके.
इसका
Very
एंड टू
quick.
एंड मतलब साइकिल बताना है आपको कैसे.
हाँ, I will take you through that cycle. All right.
Hello,
Now,
sir.
Manish, any quick question? I'll take Manish's question because I think most people have understood. The reason I opened it up for Q&A only was to reiterate that that you need to pick up the right logics to move the interaction ahead.
Hello.
हाँ Manish बोलिए.
Sir, actually, some notifications are coming as a nudges, sir. So we have to do that also, sir.
Yeah. So I'll come to that. I mean, okay. So मैं move करता हूँ ahead so that I'm able to address the other questions. So this concept is understood. You need to do planning one day before, not on the same day. ठीक है. Now let's move to the next part. Okay.
सर और सर ये प्री मीटिंग बोले ना सर, ये प्री मीटिंग अब फ्राइडे दिन प्री मीटिंग करने को पड़ेगा, तो सैटरडे संडे हॉलीडे सर. अब प्री मीटिंग फ्राइडे ही कंप्लीट करना पड़ेगा और सैटरडे संडे भी प्री मीटिंग कर सकते हैं. मंडे का प्री मीटिंग सब फ्राइडे में करना पड़ेगा और सैटरडे संडे भी कर सकते हैं.
Good question, but you have to complete the pre-meeting on Friday itself, basically.
Only Friday.
Only Friday. But if Saturday is a holiday, if it is a non-working day, then I'll have to complete it on Friday. If Saturday is a working day, then for Monday I can do the pre-meeting on Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday holiday, so completely on Friday.
Yes, I have to complete the pre-meeting for Monday on Friday.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Not on Sunday night.
Okay.
Okay, I have to complete it on Friday itself.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good question.
Beg your pardon, sir. One quick question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, just want to know that during the pre-meeting, should I also call the customer, or how it should go?
No
I should just
interaction
go through
during
the-
pre-meeting. Only tomorrow, when I have to call the customer, I will call him. Not today. Not when you're doing
Okay.
planning.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
sir.
So
Okay.
I don't call the customer when I'm planning to call the customer, right? I will call him once I've completed my planning.
Okay, sir. And second
Which will
question
be-
is there is any specific timeline, like 5 in the evening before that I have to put these pre-meetings for the day, or 6 p.m. in the evening? Any specific timeline, sir?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. As long as you complete the pre-meetings on or before 7:30, basically, that is what is counted for the day. That means it's completed for the day, basically.
Okay, 7:30. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so what is important here for you to understand is that there is when you open the calendar, let's understand, if you guys have your apps open right now, you click on one customer name. It will show the meeting date as tomorrow's date by default, and the meeting time will be showing by default at 5:30 a.m. Right? This date should not change. This date should be tomorrow's date only. And the timing, you can change it to the time that you would like to call to that customer. Let's understand, for all hypothetical purposes, you want to call this customer at 10 o'clock in the morning. So you change that meeting time to 10 a.m. here. Change the status from meeting fixed to pre-meeting. Call type will not change. Please make note of this. Make a note of this, write it down somewhere. Do not change the call type. The call type will be interact only. Now, there are various types of interactions, basically. The interactions that have got pushed to your phone, which are customers that we have pushed, right? So think about it that CEO is telling me go contact the following 8 or 9 customers. So those 8, 9 customers will be showing under the call type interact. Do not change this call type at all. The moment you change this call type, it will impact your score. Okay. Now that is one. Who is driving while talking? Okay. So do not change this call type as interact. All right. So keep this. Now, there are certain customers that you will have to bring into this meeting because your calendar has only about 8 or 9 customers, which means that you will have to add some more customers. For those customers that you add, depending on how you're pulling those customers, like somebody had just asked me saying that nudges. So in case I'm bringing a customer for which I'm doing a pre-meeting for a customer who has a nudge, so I will change the call type to nudge-based call. Okay. Similarly, I may want to pull out one customer from my portfolio, right? So I will go to my portfolio, look at my list of customers, and I feel that this customer is somebody I want to connect with. I will pull out that customer. So that call, do not tag as interact. That call, you will have to tag it as a relationship-based call, for example. All right. Some other call type other than interact, basically. Are we clear? Any questions here? This is your fundamental governing structure, basically. All right. This will tell you which call type, which pre-meeting status, what type of contact. All right. This contact could be meeting face-to-face. It could be meeting, at residence or office of the customer, telephonic or face-to-face, depending on what type, right? So select the type of contact as well. Now, once you select the type of contact, by default, all type of customers, all of them will be priority only. So for you, just have to, make sure that you select priority out there. Now you have to plan to pitch minimum 2 products to the customer. Every customer you have to plan to pitch minimum 2 products. All right. So do not, don't blindly leave it blank. What I want you to do is make sure that you select number of products as 2, and then select the type of product you would want to pitch to that customer. All right. Now, another important point to note out here is that there is something which is called as status and tentative closure date. Now, by default, let me ask this question to you guys. Okay. By default, what should the status show as? Okay, I have not pitched the product. Customer has not shown any interest. I have not had any discussion. So what should the status be?
Not interested, sir.
How can it be not interested? Have you spoken to the customer?
Follow up.
Follow up. Correct.
Follow up. Okay.
Follow up. So you'll have to select it as follow up only. You can't select, say, I'm not interested in this conversation. I'm not interested. I mean, customer not interested in this product. Because you have not had a conversation with the customer. You haven't pitched the product to the customer. Right. So please make sure that all statuses, even when you're doing the planning today, because you're doing the planning one day before, right? So you choose the status as follow up, and the tentative closure date will be tomorrow's date. These 2 are important elements that you will have to select. All right. Tomorrow, that status can change to interested and not interested, or continue to remain as follow up, and the closure date may change to a different date. Because customer may say, okay, I'm interested, but 5 दिन बाद में करेंगे. तो आप क्या करो? लीड जनरेट करो और उसको closure date, आपका tentative closure date उस product का, you can change that particular thing, right? So that is all possible tomorrow, but today you have to keep the date as tomorrow's date. All right. Then select the second product. Similarly, follow the same thing for second product as well, and then move to the next, right? So घूम फिर के आपको 12 मीटिंग करनी है पूरे दिन की. There will be 8 or 9 that
sorry
will.
to disturb, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, I just want to have the clarity on that, sir. Meeting fixer, the last slide, sir.
Okay. What is your question basically?
Sir, actually, on the same day, sir, we have to put the what the products we are going to discuss tomorrow, sir, with the customer.
Yeah, today you have to decide which product you're going to pitch to the customer tomorrow.
Okay, and we have to mention the follow-up status in that.
Yes, the status will always be follow-up, right? Because you have not shown, the customer has not shown any interest. Neither has he not shown any non-interested also. उसने बोला थोड़ी ना, क्योंकि आपकी तो मीटिंग कल होएगी ना, तो आज बता नहीं सकते कैसा है.
And
have you understood
date
this?
is of tomorrow.
Date is of tomorrow's date.
The meeting time we can change. That's showing 5:30 or is it fixed?
You have to change the meeting time at the time where you would want to call to the customer.
So not one day before.
No, I didn't understand. The meeting time you will decide today that I will call this customer at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right. So
I can change.
Yeah, you have to change this from 5:30 a.m. You're not planning to call him at 5:30 a.m., right?
Got it.
Right. So you want to call this guy. You come into branch at 9 o'clock. You finish your huddle. Everything खत्म हो जाएगा 9:30 के आसपास. 9:30 finish. You'll finish your huddle. What will happen after your pulsate gets over? Then you will start getting to your desk and wanting to start calling customers. So 10 o'clock लिख दो, for example. Some customer you will call at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Some customer you want to have a face-to-face meeting at 4 o'clock to that guy. So you will write at 4 p.m. For those customers, right? So depending on, you have to make sure that you are updating your calendar correctly. What the calendar will tell you is that it will keep you on check, basically. What time you have to go to this guy, what time you need to call this guy, what time you need to this thing. One look at your calendar, you'll know what is that I have to plan for today. Yeah. Clear? Any questions? This understood?
मेरा एक question, sir. Can I ask?
Yeah, okay, but don't ask the same question again, basically.
No. Actually, sir, if I in key meeting, I fixed a customer call on 10 a.m. But
Right.
I am unable to contact the customer in 10 a.m. Tomorrow. So there is an impact in any impact in my scorecard?
No, see, it is telling you that you have to call the customer at 10 o'clock. You can call him at after that at 11 o'clock also. You can call him at 12 o'clock also.
Okay.
Right. But it's telling you that, boss, at least one day before you should plan to call him at 10 o'clock, right? You want to plan to call him at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes.
Now, suddenly what happened was your supervisor called you for an urgent meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. What will you do? You'll make the call at 10:30 to this customer. That's all will change, right? Nothing else.
Okay, thank you.
So may I
Don't
ask a
make me
question?
go so minor. उतने combination आप पूछ रहे हो, because you know it will just delay the entire thing. Okay. Wherever I'm telling you pay attention, most you pay attention that part only. So उसके ifs and buts में मत घुसो आप. If I have to have a meeting at 7 o'clock in the evening, make sure the timing is 7 o'clock. Now, eventually that meeting happened at 8 o'clock, nothing in life is going to change, but it's important for you to be able to put that plan one day before, basically. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you where it comes into play. Where it comes into play is, let's understand, I call the customer and the customer says, you know what, Abhishek, I'm busy right now, but let's do one thing. I want to connect with you and we want to have a conversation with you on 14th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I can change that meeting time to 4 o'clock in the afternoon on that 18th or 19th. So that is the relevance of that. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
That's the relevance. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Rajesh is speaking from Asansol. Sir,
yes, Rajesh.
We are planning for pre-meeting on 10th May, right? And
10th May,
just
correct.
you say 10th May, right, sir? I mean, That means we are planning on the 9th for 10th May pre-meeting.
Absolutely right.
And
Today
just
you're
you
planning
saying
for meetings tomorrow.
yeah, right. That means 10th May. And just you are saying, sir, the status code is the follow-up date. So which date is put up there, sir? That means we are pre-meeting planning on 9th for 10th May, and the status code is follow-up. So follow-up date, what is, sir? What will be? Hello.
Sorry. So what I meant was the
Hello.
follow up date का मतलब क्या होता है? अभी मैंने आप पूरी रवायण
और-
बता दिया आपको है ना. You're asking me sir, आप वापस बताओ पूरा.
नहीं सर, जैसे सर आप बोल रहे हो अभी कि सर 9th को प्री मीटिंग प्लानिंग कर रहे हैं और 10 में वहाँ स्टेटस कोड है, मुझे अगर प्रोडक्ट रिलेटेड डिस्कस करना है तो अगर प्रोडक्ट रिलेटेड डिस्कस करना है तो वहाँ पे स्टेटस कोड है, मुझे फॉलो अप देना है. इंटरेस्टेड तो देना नहीं है सर, नॉन इंटरेस्टेड देना नहीं है.
Absolutely right. Correct.
जब फॉलो अप डेट मैं दे रहा हूँ सर विदाउट डिस्कशन विद कस्टमर, मैं कौन सा डेट मेंशन करूंगा वहाँ पे, क्योंकि आज तो मैं उससे बात कर नहीं रहा हूँ.
कल करोगे ना
Sorry?
बात उसके, आप बात उसकी
हाँ,
कल
कल बात
करोगे ना.
करूंगा तो फॉलो अप डेट भी 10 का रहेगा.
Absolutely.
ओके ठीक, वही मुझे क्लियर करना. थैंक यू सर.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Sir,
This is
question.
So
Hello.
let us do one thing. I mean, what I will do now is I will hold these questions because you're now asking the same questions of what I have taught you right now. Right? You're
नहीं सर, एक्चुअली
repeating.
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि सर अभी हम सीधी करेंगे या नहीं ट्रेनिंग के टाइम पे?
नहीं, ट्रेनिंग के टाइम आप नहीं करोगे सिद्धि.
तो 8 तारीख से ओके सर.
सर डेली 5 लीड्स बोले ना सर, ये तो सीधी सी 5 लीड जनरेट करना और थोड़ा तो सीआरएम भी डाल सकते हैं.
So lead generation. What is your target basically? So it works this way basically. For every customer that I interact with, I will pitch 2 products. Okay. From the 2 pitching that I do for every customer, yani you're talking to 12 customers, no? So 12 twos are 24, right? So I would have discussed 24 products with customers. From those 24 products, I'm likely to get 5 products that customers might be interested in. So 5 different leads will come through. One customer may say, I'm interested in a health insurance plan. Another customer may say, I'm interested in an Access Direct account. Somebody may say, I'm interested in a mutual fund. Different products that will come up with. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Like that, I have to get at the end of today. So which is tomorrow. I mean, 10th May, we're talking about 10th May, right? So at the end of 10th May, when I would have finished speaking to my 12 customers, from these 12 customers, they should have shown interest in 5 products, basically.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
These 5 products, some of them you can do from SIDDHI itself directly, right? The logic is that at least 1 product per day you have to close via SIDDHI only.
Okay, sir.
Right. Other products you can do through any other mechanism. Like, for example, you could generate that lead and assign it to a credit card executive or something like that, you know. But 5 products I have to sell per day. That's my target.
Okay.
Sorry, what I meant is 5 leads I have to generate.
5 lead generate.
5 leads I have to generate. 3 products I have to sell.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
1 through SIDDHI.
1 closure through SIDDHI.
Sir,
One of the products that you will close
sir, I have
through
a
SIDDHI.
question.
But all leads, hold on 1 second, hold on. All leads that you generate will be generated only via SIDDHI only. See, SIDDHI has an entire CRM leg to it.
Yes, sir.
So for example, I'm sitting with a customer, right? I'm sitting with a customer at his residence. I don't need to come to the branch to log into my CRM to create a lead, right? I can sit there. Customer says, yes, I'm interested in, investing in an equity mutual fund. All right. There's a new NFO out there and I want to invest in this particular mutual funds. You can create that lead then and there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you get your NISM registration, which is your ability to do mutual fund based transactions, you will be able to do this entire mutual fund transaction directly via SIDDHI itself. So which means that customer will be sitting there through IPS Lite. You can directly do the transaction, get him initiated. He will be able to authenticate via OTP and invest also directly. Right. So similarly, for a fixed deposit, a customer is sitting, let's understand, you call a customer and he's, Surya, I like the fixed deposit rates and I would like to park in about 25 lakhs in fixed deposit, right? All you do is, sir, I'm sending you a link, please click on it. This has all the information that we've discussed right now. I've booked for 25 lakhs. What is the tenor you would like to book it for? Who should you want to put as nominee?
Hello. Sir. Hello. Sir, I have a question. Hello.
Oh, somebody put me on mute. Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody put me on mute. I didn't realize. Did I answer your question? I'm not sure. I didn't realize that somebody put me on mute. Hello. Okay, I think let's come back to the presentation. If you can put yourself on mute, please. Let's come back to the presentation and I'll continue. We'll come and your questions will get answered as we proceed. All right. So I have taken you through the cycle of how do you need to update your pre-meetings, how do you update CRM, that entire cycle, right? This part we have covered. Let's move ahead. So now what happens is tomorrow I'm meeting the customer. I'm talking to the customer. I'm meeting up with him, right? So how do you start updating this particular interaction tomorrow, which is 10th May, right? So one is that I will go to edit meetings, because when I go to my calendar, I will find a list of customers. All of them will be showing as pre-meeting. So now what I'm going to do at 10 o'clock in the morning, I will start calling these customers, some of them who I plan to call. So when I call these customers, obviously there are 2-3 things I'll do. One is introduce myself. I'll talk to him about what he's doing, some of the offers that I have. Basis your pre-call homework. See, I will take pre-call homework in a separate session because it's a little more longer. You have to understand some concepts and you'll have to understand this thing. So that pre-call homework I will be doing in a separate session. All right. But here what I want to cover largely is for you to be able to use SIDDHI as an application, basically. All right. I will teach you that pre-call homework and pre-call planning as a concept little later. Okay. So let's understand how do you start using now. Basis the offers that we have or basis the product that you would want to position to the customer, basis his need that you have observed through your pre-call homework. Now I want to pitch one particular product to the customer. Then what I do is I have to assign that particular. So once I have pitched that product, customer will say, I'm interested, or he'll say, I'm not interested, blah, blah. Depending on that, I will update the status and then send that interaction for review to my supervisor. Right. So number one is that this status, I hope you're able to see my cursor. It's a white background, so I'm sorry if you will have to bear with me. So this status needs to change to send for review. Call type will not change. It will remain as interact. Type of contact will not change. It will remain phone call or face-to-face meeting, depending on what you've selected. Type of customer will not change. It will remain as priority or whatever. Correct? Then comes your product piece. Whichever product you pitch to the customer, has he shown any interest in those product? So did you complete the pitch first of all? Was there any complaint that the customer had? Was there any service request that the customer asked? What did you raise? Did you pitch the products? How many products you pitched? Which were the products that you pitched to the customer? Now, here is where the things can change a little bit. Now, I'll tell you what. So you may want to say that, sir, I noticed from your bank account statement that you're using 4 credit cards for which the total outstanding that you're paying every month typically amounts to about 45,000 rupees. I have a solution here for the outstanding that you have on your cards. I can help you position a better loan at a lower rate of interest. All right. The customer may come back and say, hey, you know what? I like your suggestion, but I'm not looking for any loan right now, but I'm interested in another credit card. So I heard about your Magnus credit card, and I think I want to understand that. So what happens is you can change that particular product, since you need to pitch 2 products, right? So you can change that product here from personal loan and make it to credit card and make him interested in that particular product, change the status as interested, generate the lead and proceed. Are you with me, guys? Any questions here? Okay. Now, also it will allow you to update things like, so if the customer says, you know what, let's not speak today, I'm busy right now. Why don't you give me a call on 20th of the month? Because 10th May is not good. I mean, it's a busy time for me. Let's speak on 20th. Call me at 4 o'clock. All you need to do is here, change the status from follow-up and the tentative closure date that you want, you change that to 20th. Okay. Easy. Simple logic. Understand that the moment I do this, right, this customer will reappear in my calendar on 20th. So I will not have to remember ki did I have to have a meeting with this customer on 20th. Are you with me on this, guys? Times I feel. Did somebody put me on mute again?
Sir,
No.
but on 20th, sir. Sir, but on 20th, sir.
Yeah, but
sir,
on
can
20th?
I ask one thing, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
But on 20th, sir, the customer which I am putting on the follow-up, sir, that will be included in the 12 customer, or we have to do one
No,
more.
it will remain part of these 12 customers only. You are going to speak to these 12 customers only. See, not every customer will tell you that I'm interested in a product today, right? This is your first interaction with the customer. Will he buy the product today from you? Okay, Abhishek, you are excellent. I will buy the product from you right now itself. Not necessary, right? Somebody may buy a fixed deposit. Somebody may close a general insurance health policy, low-hanging products. But a complex product like maybe say investment in a life insurance policy, do you think he will agree on the telephone like that? He'll tell you, no, let's meet on 20th. Let's have a face-to-face meeting. So what will happen is that you will have to meet this customer also face-to-face, right? So then you will have to create a new interaction, update that interaction as a customer meeting on 20th, right? So there are several steps that you'll have to follow. Are you aligned to what I'm saying?
सर फिर उस केस में जो मीटिंग है वो प्री मीटिंग स्टेटस ही रहेगा अगर मैंने मीटिंग 20th को कर दिया है तो?
नहीं, इस मीटिंग का स्टेटस तो क्लोज हो जाएगा ना। ये जो आपका इंटरेक्शन है कस्टमर के साथ में हो चुका है आपका।
ओके
ये तो रिव्यू के लिए जाना ही जाना है आपके
सुपरवाइजर
सुपरवाइजर के लिए।
ठीक है, डन।
You have to send this interaction to your supervisor for review because you have already spoken to the customer. Now that new interaction on 20th, for you to remember, you have to go to your calendar, create a new interaction. And there, instead of a telephonic call, it will have to be a face-to-face meeting. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Right. I want you guys to all understand this crystal
no, sir,
clear.
Confusion, sir.
Holy, what is the confusion? See, it's a very simple. Understand that Siddhi works on the basis of calendar, basically. The entire principle is on calendars. So what am I doing? I have a meeting which I have to have with the customer today. All right. That meeting, the customer says, hey, you know what, Abhishek, thank you for calling me, but I'm busy today. I'm interested in this product, but let's connect on 20th. Why don't you come to my office? So your current interaction with the customer has got over, which means I will send this interaction for review to my supervisor. All right. Yes, are you with me or not?
Yes, sir.
But I will create a new interaction for me to remember because the customer said, मेरे को 20 तारीख से मिलो, बात करो. I will also update the status as follow-up and the tentative closure date for these two products on 20th. Are you with me? It's quite
Yes, sir.
simple
Yes,
actually.
On 20th calendar, sir, on 20th calendar, it will
Yes,
the
sir.
lead will automatically reflect, no, sir?
Correct. Lead will not reflect. The interaction will reflect. कि 20 तारीख को आपका meeting है.
The interaction. Okay. Fine.
The closure date is our interaction date.
Closure date. Sorry, I didn't understand. Where is what is
When the date? Let's meet on 28th. So closure date is 28th.
20th. It will change to 20th.
Oh.
ठीक है? Easy है? Are you with me? बहुत
Yes,
easy
sir.
है. Don't this thing ज़्यादा दिमाग में लगाओ. बहुत simple, just instruction follow करो इसका.
Sir. So I have a question. Suppose it doesn't get closed on the tentative date, follow-up date. So if we put another follow-up date, will it hamper our score?
No, you can continue to put whichever follow-up date.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
But you should send that interaction for review. If you don't send it for review, it will impact your score.
Okay, sir. Yes.
You have to send this interaction for review to your supervisor. If you don't send it for review, then it will impact your score.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. Then here you can update references. Now you've spoken to a customer and maybe, you spoke about family banking for his wife. So you can take down his wife contact number. You can fill up his details. You can save that and, save that information. Then you can subsequently set up a meeting with her and then open up a new account. Right? Now, generate similarly, how do you? So this is very, very important that all leads by each one of you should be generated only in SIDDHI. See, जो SIDDHI में जो CRM है ना is exactly the same as your desktop का CRM. There is no difference between the two. Right? But this is giving you the ability to sit at the customer's place, or let's understand you finished a meeting. All right. Now you finished a meeting, you automatically come out of it. Before you, sit on your bike or go for the next meeting, just take 2 minutes and update this entire thing. Now, what will happen is that you will be completely online. There is no need to go to one workstation. You no need to go to for me, I would hate to, if I'm on field, right? I would hate to come back to office and then again spend time. उससे अच्छा पूरा काम उधर ही खत्म हो जाएगा. Right? Have you got it? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, similarly, you can analyze your portfolios. You can see all combinations of customers. Kya hai, what is the kind of, how many customers profiling is completed, how many customers. So please navigate these respective screens yourselves. You will get to understand which are the customers in your portfolio are maintaining high balances, for example. Who are the customers who are lower in terms of PPC? Those are the customers you want to target to try and cross-sell one new product to that customer, right? Right. So these are pretty simple because all of these, that will give you enough room to navigate from each of the customer profile and try and understand. See, I will be covering when I'm doing the pre-call homework and pre-planning and your IT tool session, right? Within that tool session, you will get enough insights of how do you start looking at an entire customer relationship. How do you start planning for this customer? क्या homework करना चाहिए आपको? What are the things that you're going to look at? How will you analyze a customer's bank account statement? What are the things that you will observe from there? So those elements will touch from there. Right now, what is crucial from a Triumph operating rhythm is to understand the steps that are followed for creation of your statuses so that it will accelerate your numbers on both your pre-meeting, post-meeting. These elements have to be fixed because they are not working right. So आपके इसलिए score is getting impacted there.
Hello, sir. Hello. Sir, sorry for the interrupting. Actually, in the previous slide, we were just. I just want to know where would we find the data who are maintaining the high balance in the SIDDHI. Where could be able to find that data?
So, okay, 1 second, hold on.
If I may,
So the customer who are maintaining the good balance and keep on maintaining that high balance. So we can just find out from the SIDDHI. So where we could just find, I just wanted to know. That's very important in SIDDHI. Then the back slide, the previous one. Hello.
Ankit Verma, just mute yourself once. Ankit, just mute yourself. Thank you. Ankit, just mute yourself. There's a lot of background noise. I think somewhere we've lost Abhishek. Maybe there's some internet connectivity problem. Just let's wait a while. I'm sure he'll be back. Abhishek, we are unable to hear you. Yeah, I'm sure there's some problem. Let's just wait. Please have your hand raised only if you have a question. If you don't have a question, Suryakanta Jaina, Baji Sheikh, and Soumya Sinha. If you do not have questions, request you to please lower your hands. Suryakanta Jaina, Baji Sheikh, and Soumya Sinha. If you do not have questions, please lower your hand. We'll just wait for Abhishek to get back.
Hello.
Yeah, just let's wait. I'm saying, I think there's an internet problem.
Ma'am, in the meanwhile, can I answer this question?
Yes,
So
if you have
it's-
an answer, sure. Why not, Shubha?
Yeah. So
please go ahead.
So under analyze customers, there is an option on balance bucketing. So you can filter the balances. So you will find all the customers which is having the high balances under analyze customers.
Ankit, does that answer your question? Thank you so much, Shubham. Ankit, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
great.
a lot.
Thank you, Shubham.
Yes,
Thank you
madam.
so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Yes.
Okay, maybe Shubham, we could use this moment also for you to answer some more questions while we wait for Abhishek to join back. Is it okay with you? Shubham?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let's hear the questions. Whoever has an answer could give an answer, okay? Suryakanta Jaina? Suryakanta Jaina?
Yes, madam.
Do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then could you please lower your hand?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, 1 second. So we'll go one by one, please. Just raise your hand if you have a question. Ramya Das? Ramya Das?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if you could ask your question, we'll have someone, I'm sure, in this group who can answer it.
Regarding this, ma'am, I could not able to download the SIDDHI app. My book has been mapped, but still I'm unable to download the SIDDHI app. I have raised the Unidesk also in the BYOD through the steps, but they said that my ID is not being linked in the AD group. So I don't know where we.
Okay, so did you speak to your branch manager regarding this?
We have spoken, ma'am. Have spoken, and I have sent the mail with the screenshot of that same
And
email.
so, okay. And how long has it been? I mean, what is your branch manager saying?
Actually, the thing was the branch manager has been changed from recently. The old manager, she knew that, and the new one, which she has joined day before yesterday only.
Oh, it's too new. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone can throw light on how Ramya can sort this out? Can anyone throw any light on how Ramya can sort this out? Because
So just want to tell, even I am facing the same issue. Okay, so if anyone can help.
yeah, if anyone
Actually,
could
it's
help.
very
Yeah, I'll tell you. Tab SME team. They can help out.
Sorry.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, the
option
matter has
tab
been raised in Unidesk.
Hello?
Yes. See, it's first and foremost, the most important for Ramya, the matter has been raised in Unidesk. But in
Yes,
spite
I'm
of
right.
that, yeah. So I think you need to keep following up with Unidesk because that is your contact point actually.
But
Hello.
that SIDDHI app automatically downloaded from by system, ma'am. We don't want to do anything. They have to download a company portal.
Yeah,
In
that
company
was
portal,
done,
all apps will be downloaded automatically.
Yeah, she's facing a problem. She's unable to download it. That's what she's saying. And that's why she's raised the matter with Unidesk. Ramya, I would suggest, I don't think anyone has an answer to this. Let's wait for Abhishek to join back. Yeah, in particular. Yeah, we'll just wait. Suraj Kumar, can you ask your question?
Ma'am, better to download it again. Better to download it again from the Play Store because there must be some device problem. Because I was also facing the same problem earlier, but when I downloaded the same, that it's working now.
Okay, maybe
There
you can
must be
try
some
it
device
out once,
problem.
Ramya.
Try to remove all
I've
the
done it, I've
cookies
done
and the histories. Then try it. It will definitely work.
Okay,
There,
maybe
there must be some space also on the mobile.
Okay,
Hello?
another thing is
It
Suraj
should have
Tambe has written
kind
she
of
has
a
to take
space on your
OS
mobile device
approval
data.
for the same. She has to take OS approval for the same to push IT team to her company portal. Ramya, if you could just...
If it's still not working, then try to raise the Unidesk under the BYOD portal.
Yeah, she's done that
Then
already.
it will work.
They have
Definitely it will work.
Okay, Ramya,
they
just
said
let's hold this. Ramya, just for a moment, let's hold this. You have some options here, which Ankit has suggested, which Suraj has suggesting in the chat box. Try these out, okay? If it still does not work, you can always reach out to Abhishek offline also. He's already shared his employee code. You can always reach out to Abhishek offline also, yeah? Let's take the next question till Abhishek joins us back. Whoever's facing the same problem, we had Ankit address it, and we've had Suraj Tambe writing in the chat box. Try it out. Otherwise, you can always raise the issue. Okay, Bhavna Pathak also has said mail to SIDDHI Performance and Viva Mohan Pednekar. So she has mentioned someone's name also. Try it out. It's glad to see that so many people are coming in with their suggestions. Yeah, while we wait for Abhishek, I think there should be some issue. Let me just try and see if I can reach out to Abhishek. It's an IT issue. Rintu? Yeah, Rintu, have you been able to reach out to Abhishek? Yeah.
Yeah. Just now I have reached out with Abhishek and he told that the session has not completed. He has some technical issues. So whatever the questions are there, so you can reach out by mail or you can drop a message to him. So he will get back to you.
But the session is over?
Over. Yeah, session is over.
Okay, great. So we have, like Rintu just now said, we have, okay, two more people. Let's see if we can address these. Suraj Kumar, could you just ask your question before we just log out? One moment. Suraj, could you quickly ask your question? And maybe we have an answer from here.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, Suraj, you are audible.
Ma'am, मुझे actually how to input the lead through this SIDDHI app.
Okay, how to input the lead in the SIDDHI app? Would anyone like to take that question? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Go to my lead. Hello. Yes, go
please.
to my leads option. There plus symbol is there. You have to put that plus symbol. You will create a new lead.
Did you hear that, Suraj? You have to go to the
for customer ID.
Yes.
सुन लिया आपने? My Lead section. Over there, you have to go to the customer. Then what do you do after My Leads?
They have he or she wants to search for customer ID or customer name, ma'am. Once customer ID and customer they selected, they have to select that customer ID, then need to create a lead. So he or she wants to go My Lead section only for
Okay,
creating a lead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Vijay Lakshmi. Thank you. Santosh, see, it's so nice to see each one helping the other. Great. Santosh, if you ask your question. Suraj, could you lower your hand? So we'll take the last question from Santosh and break for lunch.
बैलेंस कहाँ पे चेक करते हैं सिद्धि में? How to check the balance? Customer account balance.
Yeah, how to check the customer?
Under product holding segment, you would find. Hello.
Holding.
You just
Under
go
the
to the customer profile. Under the product holding, you would find the saving option, and then there would you can find out the balance of the customer currently that is having as of now.
That is the live balance.
Yes. You can just currently check the balance currently whatever is having as of now into the account under the product holding.
Okay.
Go to the customer profile under the product holding. Also try to check the saving option. Then you could be able to find the amount of whatever is having as of now into the account. That would be the accurate amount.
Thank you, Ankit. Very helpful. Santosh, does that solve your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Then see, each one of you have helped your friends. So thank you so much. We will now.
Also, ma'am.
Yes, Ankur.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I have dropped SIDDHI help desk number. Like they could be of more help. If they can
where
contact
have you
them.
written it? Where have you written it?
In the
okay, I can see it.
chat.
I'll just retype it here once more. Right at the end. And SIDDHI help desk number. Ankur has been very nice. Thank you so much, Ankur. The last message in the chat box, SIDDHI help desk number 025 1616 4000. 025 1616 4000. I'm reading it out for anyone who cannot access the chat box. Yeah, SIDDHI help desk number 025 1616 4000. Great. So we will end the session now and we will break for lunch. We will have a 30 minutes lunch. Rintu, is it okay? Are you there? Rintu?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes,
can we meet around 2:50? It's 2:20 now. 2:50. Let's meet.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. So friends, please leave this session and join back in your respective batch sessions at 2:50. Okay. See you. Bye-bye.